Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with another video. Today I got y'all boys with the video I've been promising y'all for a little minute. The best builds in NBA 2K22 next gen. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys pretty much the best build for guards, a new best build for big man, and also give you the best big or best build for lockdown. So yeah, man, if you guys want more videos like this, I need y'all boys to hit that like button, subscribe if you do. But yeah, man, without further ado, we still with the shorter intro. Let's hop straight into it.
I got digital dash camera with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned out the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Alright, so every build on this list is going to be amazing, and the first build is going to be an honorable mention, and this is literally the best lockdown build in my opinion in the game. So let's show you guys how to make it. So we're going to make it at the small forward position, but if you want to make it at the point guard, shooting guard, I'm pretty sure you possibly could. Only way I don't know you might not be able to make it at point guard is because of the weight, but yeah, you should be able to make it at both of those positions. Then when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, we're going to have 6'6". Weight is going to be 224 pounds and 7'3" wingspan. Now, as y'all know, I'm really more of a person for the metric system, but until I make the video going over that, we gonna stay with the regular like height, weight, wingspan, like where it's in inches, pounds, and feet. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it like that. But body type is completely up to you. You can go whatever you want to go on that. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 23, 21, 0, and 33. Now, usually when I make it, I show you guys you can get it with 99 driving dunk, but the way I made it today, I actually ended up going with 92, where you're gonna still be able to get all the content dunks you will possibly be able to get on this build, but also you'll have a way higher driving layup, and even a higher standing dunk, and even a little bit higher of a close shot. And on this build, you're also going to have a higher mid-range. So just taking that driving dunk from a 99 to a 92 improved my driving layup, my close shot, my standing dunk, and even my mid-range. So yeah, I feel like this version is personally better. I even have a higher acceleration too, and a higher vertical. So it's really up to you on what you want to do. If you want to have that 99 driving dunk so you can be able to have Hall of Fame posterizer, get way more content dunks, it's really going to be good for you. But if you want that higher driving layup, which is going to be making you that much overpowered as a slasher, but also giving you better badges like Acrobat's going to now be able to get gold. Fearless Finisher is now going to be able to get gold, but another badge that doesn't get to like Hall of Fame is going to be Lob City Finisher. But another badge that you're going to be able to get higher is Mouse in the House. So it's really up to you on that. But then when it comes to the shooting, on this build, you're actually going to be able to have Hall of Fame Sniper and Hall of Fame Fade Ace. Those are two of the most overpowered badges in the game. But Fade Ace is actually one of the more underrated ones, but that's still a very overpowered badge. And now you're going to have way more badges. Instead of having like 18, you're going to have 21. So yeah, that's going to make a difference. So yeah, for sure, I like the way this one is made a little bit more. You're going to have a little bit lower of a free throw than I usually do for this build, but yeah, still all the same. But then when it comes to defense, pretty much the defense is going to be the same. Interior defense max, perimeter defense max, and that's at a 99. Still max, that's at a 99. Block max at an 80, and offensive rebound really not touched. We just got that up based off the defensive rebound, and we have the defensive rebound max, and we only need the defensive rebound to really be at a 91, so we can be able to get gold rebound chases. So let's show you guys why I did everything I did. Now for the interior defense, I maxed that out, but you really I only did that to really reach the 70 threshold. So if you really want to go low right here to just get something else up, you could. I just kept it at what it is. 99 steal and perimeter defense. If you don't know how the tiers work, it's everything below 70, then it's 70 to 79, then it's 80 to 89, and everything within those tiers are going to be pretty much working the same. It's just going to get slightly better, but you're not going to see a significant difference until you reach that next tier. So say for instance, everything below 70, it's not going to be like a 60. It's not the same as a 25, but it's going to be a huge difference when you get to that 70. Then like a 79 is better than a 70, but you're not going to see a huge difference until you get to that 80, and then so on all the way from 80, then 90, then 99, and 99 is the best tier you could be at for any attribute. So yeah, that's gonna be the only time I've really tried to explain that in this whole video. But yeah, block rating, that's at an 80. I really wanted that to be higher because we wanted to have a higher intimidator. We only needed one more, but on this build, you only can get it to an 80. So that's just really what we have to do. Then when it comes to the speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina. Now, on this build, you don't really need acceleration because you have no playmaking. But if you pretty much lower it at all, it's gonna affect your perimeter defense. So I maxed the perimeter defense out. That gets it to a 79. So I just said might as well max out the acceleration because it still does mess with your like speed, how you running up and down the court, how fast you can get to your max speed. So yeah, we do have max speed on this build, max acceleration, max strength, max vertical, max stamina. Everything on the physicals is max. So yeah, in my opinion, this is better. I believe the way it usually is 21, 18, and 33 with 0 on playmaking. You can make builds where you can be able to have more playmaking if you just want to be a little bit more versatile as a lockdown, but that is really the reason why this is an honorable mention on the list and not top 5, because all the top 5 builds are able to do pretty much everything in the game. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you pretty much just gonna be having these two options. Either you can go with like a lockdown takeover with like a spotted position on the back end so you can get that +8 to your shooting on the back end, or you can go with 2 perimeter bash drops where you're gonna be able to just put that on and just really be overpowered. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Go with 2 perimeter bash drops and the build comes out as a 2-way finisher. And that's just the honorable mention, and in my opinion, that's the best lockdown build in the game. But yeah, we still got 5 builds to go over, so let's hop straight into the top 5. Spoiler alert, you're not gonna see no 7'3s, no 5'7s on this list because I feel like they did buff height, but like at the same time, you want to be a very good balance of everything on your builds now. So yeah, coming in at number 5, this is the build that I used to say was the best big man build in the game, but in my opinion now it's the second best one. So let's show you guys how to make it. So I make this at the small forward position, so that's just what I do. If you want to make it at the point guard, shooting guard, you can. You just can't make it at the power forward or center because of the weight. So when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, this is the height, weight, wingspan I end up going with, 6'8", and the reason why you have to make it at small forward is this weight, 186. If you try to make it at a power forward or center, I believe at a center you can't go below 6'10", and the weight can't even go below 215. And if you make it at power forward, you can go to 6'8", but you can't go below 210. So you're not gonna be able to be as fast at a powerful position. So that's why I made it at the small forward position. Then when it comes to wingspan, on any lockdown or big man build, you're gonna see me make it pretty much max wingspan unless I'm reaching something with that wingspan. So yeah, that's just what I did. Body type is completely up to you. Then when it comes to the attributes, now usually what I would make, I would put it to where I have a lot more standing dunk and just be able to reach a tier of driving dunk to be able to get some contact dunks. But what I did on this one, since I'm not getting contact dunks for big, so that's not gonna make a big difference. What I actually did, I put my driving dunk to a 92 because that's gonna allow me to get Hall of Fame slippery finisher and get elite and pro contact dunks. Now, if you don't know how big man contact dunks, you have to be 6'10" and above. So yeah, but we're still gonna have an 81 driving dunk, and that's gonna allow us to have rise up. Now, one thing I say, there is a way you can get that rise up to an 84. So if you want to have that, there's tons of ways that you can get standing dunk to 84. But just know, if you really want to have that bad, you can easily have it to an 84. Now, in the other build, it's a lot easier that I'm gonna show you guys for the big man. But yeah, just know if you really want to have that rise up to gold, you can easily do it. You just gotta tweak a couple things here and there. Those are just the fastest things that I felt to tweak, but or the least important things that are on this build that I'd love to tweak. But if you have to take some other stuff off, you just have to take it off. But yeah, you're gonna still have an 81 standing dunk, so it's not bad. 72 driving layup, so you're gonna be able to have like all the layup packages that you really would even be able to get on a big man build. You won't be able to get like the good guard ones, but you'll be able to get like long athlete and stuff like that. But yeah, 92 driving dunk is very important. 78 3-pointer, that's gonna be doable. You're gonna be able to get a lot of the shooting badges, at least silver, so that's a big deal. And then free throws at an 80. You can go lower on that. You can go to a 70 and you'll be perfectly fine. As long as you're not below a 70, you should be perfectly fine. Pass accuracy, that's at a 52. Honestly, I'd rather have that at a 70 and lower the other two things because you're not gonna do these two things as much. But one thing I said, in comparison to the other big man build, you'll be better at this than you will be at this on the other build. So if you want to be a little bit more versatile, this is going to make you a little bit more versatile on offense, and on defense you're going to be more versatile in general because you're going to have a higher perimeter defense because you're shorter and faster. You're going to have a higher steal because you're shorter. It's that simple. And then the block, it's going to be short, it's going to be lower, but it's only one tier lower. And defense rebound is pretty much going to be around the same, and offense rebound is going to be lower just because you're shorter. It's just that simple and way less. But yeah, all in all, it's going to be a build that's going to be very versatile. You're reaching thresholds and everything that you really want on defense. 90 plus perimeter defense, 80 plus steal. You wouldn't be able to reach to a 90, so that's why I just left it at 86 so you can be able to get the badges that you have on screen. And then a 90 plus block rating. Like I said, if you want to go higher on the block, you can. So I would probably lower this, but you still wouldn't be able to even raise your block. So if you just want to have a higher steal or whatever, you could do that. Just up to you. So yeah, but offensive rebound 82. That's just what I did. And defensive rebound 91. But yeah, I ended up putting the offensive rebound to an 84 because having that one more on steal is not making a big difference when you can have 3 or 2 more on offensive rebound. So yeah, but then when it comes to the speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina, pretty much all of it is max. Only thing that's not max is vertical. That's at a 90. I tweaked it a lot to try to figure out how to get my vertical to max, but what ended up happening, it just really became very difficult to even get that max. So I just left it at 90. So I'm still reaching the 90 threshold. You just can't get it any higher. Well, you could. You just gonna have to lower a lot. Now, when it came to the standard dunk, you're gonna have to lower stuff. But when it comes to that vertical, you're literally gonna have to lower pretty much everything. But yeah. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna end up with lockdown, rim protector, glass cleaner, and slasher takeover. Now, one thing I say about the other build, you're gonna have pretty much the same takeovers, but it's gonna be a little bit better because one is gonna be swapped out for an even better takeover for this build. But yeah, it's pretty obvious what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with a lockdown and a representative takeover. You're gonna pretty much get +8 to everything that you can possibly think of on defense besides rebounding. So that, in my opinion, is the best combination to go with. And I went with enhanced jump shot contest because that was the best thing to go with. But what I actually probably would do now, since it's not that big of a deal anymore, because the little left-right cheese has been patched, so defense is just even better now. And defense was already pretty good in my opinion. So what I probably do now on this build, I would either go with a glass unit takeover, or I would go with a perimeter badge drop or extreme clamps. I'll probably go with the extreme clamps, and build comes out as a two-way finisher. So yeah, man, that's going to pretty much be the build coming in at number 5. I used to say this is the best big man build in the game, but that has now been dethroned. Hey man, now I know I hit 100K, but the grind ain't stopped, and some of you niggas still ain't hitting that subscribe button. Somehow, still 90% of y'all that are watching my videos still aren't subscribed. And imagine the number we be at if y'all just hit that sub button. So subscribe! Alright, next, coming in at number 4 is now the best big man build in the game. Now, why are the big man and the lockdown builds so low? Because the guard builds are now, like, the best guard builds in the game are just so versatile that I really can't even compare the two. I feel like guard builds are just more versatile and better all around than big man builds. But I'm gonna still put big man builds on the list just for y'all boys to be able to make the best builds in the game. But yeah, when it comes to the best big man build in the game, you're gonna make it the powerful position. Then when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, we're gonna be at 6'10". You go any taller than this, you won't be able to have the regular contact dunks and the big man. And I want to be able to have regular contact dunks, and that puts this over the thing. And you're gonna be slightly faster, even though the speed isn't gonna be that big of a deal. But yeah, you will be slightly faster, and 6'10" is the only height you'll be able to have the guard contact dunks and the big man contact dunks. So for the people that care about that, you're welcome. But yeah, if you want to have a 95 or 85 driving dunk, I know you have to have an 85 driving dunk for some of the alley-oop contact dunks, or alley-oop dunks in general, or dunk packages in general. You have to have an 85 driving dunk. If you want to have an 85, you have to go minimum weight. But again, if you do that, you won't be able to have a certain defensive rebound that you really want to have. So that's why I kept that weight at what it is, because you can go all the way down to 210 on this build, but I put it to 213 so you can be able to have that defensive rebound that he's going to screen. And for the wingspan, we're maxing out the wingspan. It's that simple. Then when it comes to the build, you're going to end up with 20, 13, 12, and 34. Now, for the 20, you're going to have a max of a standing dunk of a 99. Now, if you feel like you don't necessarily need that at 99, you can definitely lower this. The only reason I put it there is because I wanted to have posterizer on Hall of Fame. But if you feel like you don't need it, you can definitely go down to a 96, and you're going to be able to raise whatever you'll be able to raise. That's all I would say. But the build was so good already that I didn't feel like I had to really make a big difference on it. So I just kept it at 99. But yeah, then when it comes to the driving dunk, you're gonna have an 84 driving dunk, so you're gonna be able to have the pro contact dunks for the people that care about having pro contact dunks, and you're gonna have a 70 layup for the people that want to have a long athlete as well on the build. So this build is just gonna be it's just gonna be able to be so well at everything that you want to do as a big man. You're gonna be able to get contact dunks, the guard contact dunks, and be able to get the long athlete layup package, which in my opinion is the best one in the game for big men besides dominant big. But that is just so hard to get on the big man build that I don't even try to go for it a lot of the times, especially with a lot of them being like close shot animations, and I don't really even want to do layups in general. So yeah. Then when it comes to the shooting, we have a 76 three-pointer with a 61 mid-range. Now, usually we have at least silver on all our shooting badges. The only badges we don't have silver on is these two. We have those to bronze. If you do the Rebirth, you're going to be able to get more badges. You can choose how many badges you want in every single category. I probably would go with more shooting so I can have more to be able to work with. You don't even be able to get like Sniper Hall of Fame, but gold is going to be just fine. But yeah, you're going to be pretty straight on that. You're not going to be the craziest shooter, but you're going to be decent with it. But then when it comes to the playmaking, you have 12 badge upgrades. I made sure to be able to reach the thresholds for speed ball, for the downhill, and quick first step. And then for ball handle, I made sure to reach the thresholds for glue hands gold and unpluckable silver. So I just made sure to reach everything without losing too much. And then on the pass accuracy, I made sure to have 70 on that so I can be able to get silver on break starter, silver on bullet passer, and silver on post playmaker. So those three are those are the badges that was most important for what I was looking at for when I was making this build. Then when it comes to the defensive rebound, pretty much everything on defensive rebound is max. Interior defense max, perimeter defense max, steal max, blocks at a 99. Offensive rebound is not max, but it's at a 90, so it's still reaching that threshold. The only reason I didn't care about reaching it to 91 because I'm still gonna have a 91 on defensive rebound, where that's gonna allow me to have rebound chaser on goal. So yeah, really good. Then when it comes to the speed, strength, vertical, and stamina, all max. The only thing that's not max is acceleration, because we didn't care too much about that because we don't have the craziest dribbling regardless. So if you want to have that higher, you're probably going to have to lower some of this stuff on defensive rebounding. But yeah, perimeter defense, I wanted that to be max because that's how you move laterally. Steal is really important for me. Interior defense was the only thing I considered lowering, but as a big man, especially as a 6'10", having interior defense is extremely important because that's kind of how you stop people from back you down in the post, and that's how you pretty much stop people from getting contact dunks on you, and that's how you get the best shot contest possible in the paint. So yeah, that's pretty much why I did all of that. And then when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna end up with, actually in my opinion, better takeovers than the last one. You're gonna have now sharp instead of slasher, which is very important, lockdown, steal, rim resistant steal, and glass needed steal. So if you want to switch your takeovers to whatever you might be playing, maybe you playing like more of a lockdown, you got a big man on your team, now you can go with extreme clamps. If you want to play more of a big man role, you can go stuff blocks. If you want to play more of a big man role and get more rebounds, your team that just need more on rebound, go with a glass needed takeover. But as the second one, I'm gonna always go with spotter position on this build because the shooting is kind of the only hole to it, and having that extra shooting is gonna make a big difference. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with that. And even if you don't pop dual takeover, you're gonna be getting that +8 to your shooting stats. So yeah, I like doing that little secondary takeover little thing that I always do. And then when it comes to the build comes out as a versatile paint beast. So a very, very good big man build with a very, very good big man build name. Alright, next, coming in at 3. Now, the top 3 builds, you could go in any order. Depending on your play style, you can take these builds, make them as templates, and just make something crazy. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. So first build, coming in at number 3, you can make this at any position from the point guard to small forward range. I just put it at point guard because it was just the quickest. But yeah, you can make it at all 3 of them positions, from point guard, shooting guard, or small forward. Then we're gonna go to the highway wingspan. In my opinion, the best height in the game right now for like just balanced builds, 6'6". Now, if you want to be even more balanced, 6'7" is balanced. But if you want to be a little bit more overpowered with your balance, go 6'6". Now, weight, pretty much went minimum weight to be able to get your speed as high as possible, your perimeter defense as high as possible, your acceleration as high as possible. Wingspan, we're gonna go 6'9" wingspan. If you know, you know. I like going metric system, but for video purposes, we kept it in this system to just make it simple for the people that don't be understanding what I be doing. Then when it comes to the attributes, we're gonna end up with 20 finishing, 25 shooting, 29 playmaking, and 19 defensive. So yeah, let's show you guys how we made it. So for the 20 finishing, we're gonna have a 92 driving dunk. Why? Because we wanted to have the elite and the pro content dunk. So we have the vertical of an 80. Now, if you were 6'5" and under, you would have an 85. But we have an 80 because we're not 6'5" and under. We're not trying to go for the smalls. But yeah, we have an 86 driving layup. Why? We wanted to have an 85, but we went one notch above it because that got us the 20th finishing badge. 43 close shot. That's pretty much was based off of other things that you see on the screen from shooting. Then when it comes to shooting, to really get to 25, we have an 88 3-pointer, a 73 mid-range, and a 92 free throw. Now, why is this the highest free throw I have on the build, out of all these builds? Because I feel like guard builds have to have higher free throw if you're going to be playing 5v5. Now, if you're not playing 5v5, you don't really even need a free throw. And that way, you can put up other things. But if you're playing 5v5, you're going to want to have a higher free throw on your guard build. It's that simple. All right, now for the playmaking, we're going to have an 85 pass accuracy. That's going to allow you to get gold bullet passer. For the ball handle, that's going to allow you to get 87 ball handle. That's going to allow you to get to unpluckable gold. And then for the speed ball, we're going to have that to an 84. You only need an 80, but that's going to allow you to get gold quick for step. Now, the reason why we wanted to do it on a 6 because you wouldn't be able to reach that 80 threshold for speed ball, and you wouldn't reach that 87 threshold for ball handle. So having those two gold are going to make a big difference. And the reason why a lot of people was making those 5.7 to 5.10s because they wanted to have a Hall of Fame, especially for the steel. Now, steel's not even as overpowered as they was originally in the game because they patched that, and now having a taller build is just better. So having a tier below that is going to make a big difference. But yeah, then when it comes to defensive rebounding, pretty much perimeter defense going to be at a 90 threshold. Steel's going to be at a 90 threshold. That's going to be pretty much the second best possible threshold you're going to be at. You're going to be able to steal the ball at a really high rate and move laterally at a really high rate. Block rating, that's max, just so you can be able to have that intimidator on silver and have chase down artists on silver. And then when it comes to the pogo stick, that's even gonna allow you to have that at gold for the people that even want that. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the defensive stats. We don't have pretty much anything else. Interior defense, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, pretty much none of that is gonna be touched. That's the one difference between a 6'6" and a 6'7". On a 6'7", you're gonna be able to easily get defensive rebound, easily get offensive rebound. On 6'6", you're gonna be able to be so good at some of the things that you're so versatile at. You're just gonna have to take a hit on those things. It's that simple. But then when it comes to the physicals, a lot of times I say just go to an 80 on speed, but I just pretty much put the speed up last so I can be able to get that as high as possible, because I know a lot of people want to be as fast as possible. Now, one thing that was going on with 2K, every time you would go on a fast break, it would seem like you would get a hitch. 2K has now patched that, and you're going to see a significant difference on how fast your player is moving up the court, and you're never going to see that hitch pretty much. And then when it comes to acceleration, that's really what we care about. The speed of ball, acceleration, that's really what we care about. That's just going to make us be as fast as possible in our quick first step and our speed boosting and our dribbling. It's that simple. Then when it comes to strength, we didn't touch strength. Now, if you wanted to touch strength, you wouldn't have that 84 speed. You wouldn't be able to have a lot of other things, but that's minor. But yeah, then when it comes to the vertical, that's at 80, just so we can be able to reach the dunk thresholds for the contact dunks. Then we have a 99 stamina, because on any guard build, you want to have a 99 stamina. That's just auto, in my opinion. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you're going to end up with the really good takeovers of lockdown, playmaker, sharp, and slasher. But I'm gonna go with easy blow wise and spotter position. Now, it's really depending on what you want to go with. The first one on the backup, you can go with a spotter position. If you have chef, a lot of times I would go with spotter position. But if you don't have the ability to get chef, I would go limitless range. But that's another reason why I go with 6'6" instead of 6'7". So yeah, that's pretty much what I end up going with. And the build comes out as a two-way 3-point playmaker. If you get this name, your build is probably a build that can do pretty much everything on offense. Alright, now we're into the top 2 builds. And these builds, like I said on the last one, you could really go either way with all 3 of these builds. But these 2, this is going to be the most versatile guard build in the game as of right now. So let's show you guys how to make it. We're going to be at the point guard position. Then when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, you're going to be 6'6" again, 180 on the weight again. But the wingspan now, instead of being 6'9", we're at 7 foot. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 19 finishing, 21 shooting, 28 playmaking, and 19 defensive. Now, it depends on what you want on a lot of this stuff. You're not going to be reaching that 90 threshold. You're not going to have max ball handle, but you're going to have a 99 driving dunk now, which is going to make a big difference on the build, on how aggressive your build will play, and you're gonna have that max speed that a lot of people want. Now, say for instance, you don't care about having that 88 speed, but you want this, maybe you want more mid-range even. You could even do that. Maybe you want more block rating even, so you can be able to get a higher rim protector. You can even do that. It's really up to you on how you want to make it. What I like to do in a lot of my videos, I like to give y'all boys like a template, and y'all do whatever y'all want with the template. You can even go up on mid-range, get you more shooting. You can try to go up on driving left to get you more finishing, but you wouldn't be able to do that, so it's really up to you. You can even put the rest up still on speed to get to an 81, but that's pretty much what I would do in the ways I would make it. But yeah, for the build, you're gonna end up with a 99 driving dunk regardless. in comparison to the last one, you're gonna have a 92, but this one you're gonna have a 99, and that's gonna allow you to have Hall of Fame posterizer, even gonna help you get Hall of Fame Celebrity Finisher, Hall of Fame Limitless Takeoff, Hall of Fame Lob City Finisher, a lot of badges, Hall of Fame. It's that simple. But then when it comes to the layup, that's at an 80, so you're not gonna be at 85 layups, but you're gonna have an 80, and that's gonna be still good. You're gonna be able to get a lot of the good animations with that still. When it comes to the shooting, you're gonna have a 22 shooting badges, you're gonna have a lower 3-pointer, but it's still at 84, and you're gonna have a lot of the important shooting badges still gold, and some of them that's really important also only gonna be silver, so it's really up to you. But yeah, mid-range, that's up to a 71, that's got us more shooting badges. We have a 90 free throw, again, reaching that 90 plus threshold. Playmaking though, you're gonna have an 85 pass accuracy, an 85 ball handle, and an 84 speed ball. Even if you're not reaching that 87 speed ball, or not speed ball, but 87 ball handle, to be able to get that as high as possible is gonna still affect how easy it is to rip you and stuff like that. So the higher your ball handle is still gonna make it harder to rip you in certain situations. So yeah, speed though, that's at an 84, still the same. Pass accuracy, still the same. Perimeter defense, still the same at a 90, still the same at a 90. Block at a 76 now instead of a whatever it was on the last. So I think it was a 72, and that's gonna allow us to pretty much get silver and rim protector for the people that want that on this build. But yeah, pretty much offense rebound, defense rebound, interior defense. Like I said, if you make it 6 for 6, it's gonna be hard to even put those up. So still the same. But then when it comes to physicals, 81 speed, 86 acceleration, 80 vertical, and 99 stamina. The only real difference on the physicals is 84 from 81. So a lot of the stuff on this build has been lowered at the expense of a 99 driving dunk. So if you feel like that 99 driving dunk isn't as important as all the other stuff being higher, go with the last build. But if you feel like it is, go with this one. It's that simple. But then when it comes to the takeovers, you'll end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. What I will do on this build, since the shooting isn't as good as the last one, I would probably go with 2 spot of precisions. Especially with the build we really have, Chef, having 2 spot of precisions is just gonna take this build to a whole nother level. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the build comes out as, look at the name, 2-way inside out playmaker. So if you wanna have a glitchy build and a glitchy name, go with this build. It's that simple. And last, but definitely not least, the best build in the game in my opinion. I've been saying this for a while. This was even before they patched 5.7s, 5.8s, and 5.9s and 5.10s, the left, right. Hey, this is the best build in the game. If you want to be a rim runner on your build, you can do that on this build. If you want to be able to still shoot as a rim runner on your build at a really high level, you can still do that on this build. If you want to have Hall of Fame quick first step on your guard build, you can have that on this build. If you still, with all that, still want to have good defense on your build, you can do that on this build. So let's show you guys how to make it. We're gonna be at the point guard position. Then when it comes to the body type, we're gonna be 6'2". 6'2", in my opinion, is still the best height to go on a guard build. Weight, 172, wingspan 6'9". Now I do understand at 6'2", you're gonna have a disadvantage on the height, but what I deal with when I go against taller people, I'm perfectly fine because I'm a lot faster than them a lot of the times, and a lot of the times the defense is still amazing. And being able to get steals as a shorter person, it just seems easier in almost every 2K. So having that disadvantage is not a huge deal for me in my experience. Now, when you're at 5'10", you're gonna feel that advantage a lot. But at 6'2", especially with the stats we're gonna be able to have, you're not gonna feel any difference. And it's gonna be a bigger difference for them to have to guard you than you having to guard them, in my opinion, from my experience. Then when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with a 20 finishing, 25 shooting, 31 playmaking, and 20 defensive. So for the 20 finishing, you're going to have a 92 driving dunk. So you're going to be able to have the elite and pro contact dunks with an 85 vertical. So now you're even going to be able to have the small contact dunks. So now not only are you getting all those contact dunks, but you're getting more packages. Instead of having 2, you now have 3. Then for this driving layup, you're not going to have that high, but it's still going to be at 70 plus. So you're going to be able to get at least long athlete. And we got that to a 76, so we can be able to get more badges. That simple. 3-pointer is going to be pretty much the same as the other 6'6" I showed you guys earlier. Mid-range, that's at a 73, and free throw pretty much the same. Pretty much all that is the same on shooting. But then when it comes to the playmaking, this is where the difference really comes. Pass accuracy, that's at an 85. That's going to be the same. But ball handle, like I said, you want to go as high as possible in your ball handle, even if you're getting past the threshold of the 87 for the unpluckable. Even if you're not getting unpluckable at 87, you still want to have that as high as possible on a guard because you don't want to get ripped. This build is going to be able to reach the 90 threshold for ball handle, so that's going to not only be able to get the gold unpluckable, but also reach the 90 threshold. That's going to make a big difference. Then when it comes to the speed of ball, that's even going to be at a 92. Why is that huge? Because now you're going to be able to have quick first step on Hall of Fame. And this is going to be pretty much not the tallest, but the best height to be able to have quick first step, because it's going to be really well rounded in everything that you want to do. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding, you're going to be able to have really good stats on everything else still. 86 perimeter defense, 90 steal, 64 block. Now, one thing I say, if you wanted to be able to have an even better build, having an 86 perimeter defense isn't even that big of a deal. So you can really go with an 85. So you can really low-key lower your weight a little bit more, because if you don't know how weight works, it does lower your perimeter defense for whatever reason. So I guess the bigger you are, the better you're gonna move laterally, but that makes no sense to me, but that's just how 2K did it. But yeah, what will happen with that, you'll now be able to have a higher acceleration. With that higher acceleration, you'll now be able to have a 93 instead of a 92. But if you feel like having a higher perimeter defense instead of having one notch higher on lateral or acceleration is a big deal, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not the crazy deal. You barely gonna see a difference on either one of those things regardless. So on this one, instead of an 85, instead of an 86, you're now gonna be able to have an 86. So for the people that wanna actually use minutes, you're gonna be able to do that, but you don't really necessarily need that. It's not one of the badges that's craziest. Clamps, pick dodger are the badges that actually make a difference. So those are the badges I'll probably use from perimeter defense. You're still gonna be able to have that gold pickpocket. You're still gonna be able to have Hall of Fame interceptor because you have a 90 steal. So you're gonna be really good in them lanes and really good at poking the ball loose. That's simple. Even gonna have a high ball stripper for the people that just want to manhandle you and they don't use unstrippable. And a lot of people don't use unstrippable. But then when it comes to the block rating, you're gonna have a 64. Why is that important? Because you're still gonna be able to have a bronze intimidator. Having an intimidator on your build makes a big difference. That's one thing that I liked about this build in comparison to those shorter builds. They didn't get intimidated. This build gets intimidated consistently. So yeah, even if you want to have that a little bit higher, you could, but you would have to take a hit on other things. And I just didn't really want to do that. So yeah. Then when it comes to the physicals, now I'm a person that tells you want to be able to reach the max threshold on every single one of your builds when it comes to speed. But on this build, you could get to a 90, but getting to that 90 is really hard for keeping all these other attributes that I have on the screen. So I just put it to an 82. 82, why? Because if you don't know how it works, speed and speed of ball is max, pretty much they're put together. So if I lower my speed of ball is not gonna be at a 92, and that's to allow me not to be able to have Hall of Fame quick for steps. So we're gonna put that to a 92, and that's gonna put my speed up. Then when it comes to the acceleration, this is what I really care about. Speed, why I care about speed so much on current gen in comparison to next gen. On current gen, your speed and ball handle combined to make your speed of ball. You have your speed of ball rating as a speed of ball rating. Your speed rating really only determines how fast you move without the ball. With the ball, you have your own rating, it's the speed of ball. And to make yourself be better with the ball, you're gonna have to have your ball handle higher, and your acceleration higher, and your quick first step higher. So we have pretty much our speed of ball as high as possible, our acceleration high as possible, with Hall of Fame quick first step. So that's really all I cared about. Vertical, we have that to an 85, so you can be able to get the small, pro, and elite contact dunks, and then a 99 stamina, because we have our guard. And on any guard build, you wanna have a max stamina. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you're gonna end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. Very good takeovers, but this is a guard build that you really want to be able to shoot really well on. But if you want to rim run on it, you can go with an easy blow bys. You can go with that finishing moves. You can even go with a playmaker takeover. Or even if you feel like the defense is going to be a liability, you can go with one of those. So that's what I'm going to end up going with though. And the build comes out as a two-way 3-point playmaker. But yeah, man, that's going to be the best builds in NBA 2K22 next gen. If you guys want more videos like this, I need y'all boys to smash breaking this to the like button. But in this video alone, I give you guys pretty much the best big man builds, the best lockdown builds, and the best guard builds. So if you guys want more videos like this, like I said, like the video. I need y'all boys to show the support. Hit that sub button if you're new. If everybody new to the channel, hit that sub button right now. I really would appreciate it. Turn on post notifications to be the first to every single my video. Share this video to anybody you think it would help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. I got a lot of stuff in store. I'm about to be mad.